This is breaking news.
Right now, Mayor Eric Adams is holding a storm briefing. Let's go to it now.
We all know by now that the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for New York City, and we are going to be prepared for it. We could expect up to 1 foot of snow, but you know, Mother Nature has a tendency to do what she wants, and we're just going to be prepared as it shifts. We'll be prepared for the shift in the snow. The real concerns, speaking with the commissioner and his team, is about the high winds. Visibility is going to be challenging tomorrow, particularly because of the light snow. And so we're asking people to use public transportation. As I say over and over again, we have one of the best public transportation systems. This is an opportunity to do so. And so the heavy snow can result in widespread travel issues. And my commissioner of DOT is here, and he's going to go through some of that. It's always good seeing you, Adonis. And Governor Coker and her team has been in constant communication with our team at this time. And as you can see behind us, we have our snow trucks and spreaders and plows that are really ready to go. This team moved in a expeditious fashion during the last snow. Instead of closing our schools and stopping the city from moving, they were able to accomplish the task, and I was really proud on how they responded. You always know you're judged by your first snowstorm. And I know all of you love me in the media, but you would have done a number on me if I didn't have the city up and operating. So we're not going to fail again. Right, Gloria? So again, open streets and outside dining will be closed tomorrow. Indoor dining will be. One of the best ways to navigate the snow is go inside and spend some money for our restaurants. All Saturday appointments for vaccines will be rescheduled for Sunday. No alternate side of the street parking for Saturday. And we're going to ask New Yorkers if you're having any conditions at all around heating or frozen pipes to really reach out to 311. And we want to be we want to be compassionate for those who are living on the streets or in terrible conditions where they don't have appropriate places to go during the cold weather. We have put in place a code blue, and we are looking for all unsheltered New Yorkers to get the support they need during this time. If you see someone in need, call 311. Our city employees are aware during Code Blue. If there are individuals who are unsheltered, we want them to make sure that we take them inside into the appropriate facilities for those New Yorkers who need so. And look after your neighbors, and that includes checking in on them, shoveling snow if need be, to make sure they get the support, particularly our seniors, to get the support that they need. But the name of the game, bundle up, let's get prepared. We're going to see through this, and no matter what you do, let's make sure you wear your mask to keep us safe. So I want to bring on our OEM Commissioner, Commissioner Farrell, and followed by the Department of Sanitation Commissioner, Commissioner Grayson. And then finally, my Commissioner of DOT, Adonis Rodriguez. Commissioner?
Good afternoon. According to the National Weather Service, snow is expected to begin around 8 p.m. tonight, becoming moderate to heavy overnight. Snow will continue into Saturday afternoon with the possibility of more than 1 inch of accumulation per hour. As the mayor just noted, snowfall totals of up to 1 foot with locally higher amounts are possible. The Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning from tonight to tomorrow, which means significant accumulations, and this could cause many impacts. As has been noted, we also need to prepare for heavy winds, up to 25 to 35 miles per hour sustained, and gusts up to 50 miles an hour. It is also going to be very cold over the next couple days. Temperatures will drop into the mid-teens late tonight and stay cold all day tomorrow. Wind chills are expected to be below 0 tomorrow night. Based on all of the above and what we expect, emergency management is issuing a hazardous travel advisory, which is going out this afternoon, and it will be in effect through tomorrow. In addition, the city has taken many steps proactively to prepare for this storm. We've activated the winter weather plan, and we've been holding daily calls with city, regional, and state partners, as well as our partners, elected officials, nonprofits, and private sector, to coordinate storm preparation and response. We're also working closely, as always, with the utility companies, since we might see some coastal flooding or other hazards that could affect infrastructure. The city's Emergency Operations Center will activate at 8 p.m. tonight. We will have a full complement of agencies, including sanitation, police, fire, transportation, MTA, public and private hospitals, social services, utilities, parks, health department, the state emergency management office, and others. We've also added staffing to our 24/7 watch command and our response staff, which are in the field. We are issuing an advanced warning system message to more than 8,300 subscribers who work with 2,000 organizations that serve people with disability and other access and functional needs, to be sure that they are taken care of. Over the next couple days, what New Yorkers can do to stay safe is to avoid travel, if at all possible, stay home. But if you must travel, exercise caution, give yourself extra time, and has been noted, use public transportation. If you're going outside, wear dry, warm clothing and cover any exposed skin. In addition to heat and hot water complaints, if any residents see downed trees, they may call 311. We have the Downed Tree Task Force on alert should the high winds start to bring down a significant number of trees. And finally, please remember that an informed New Yorker is a prepared New Yorker. If people haven't already, we ask them to sign up for Notify NYC to get free information on this storm and other emergencies. It's available in 14 languages, including American Sign Language. You can follow on Twitter at Notify NYC, call 311, or register via nyc.gov. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Farrell. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The New York City Department of Sanitation has been preparing for this event for the last few days. Up to and including, we applied a liquid brine pretreatment to over 700 miles in New York City roadways before the first flakes even happened. And we've been out there all day. It's been pretty much just on and off little snow all day. So we have over 700 salt spreaders already pre-deployed, and we have been applying product as necessary. We intend to continue to do that. As far as salt storage, we have 280,000 tons on hand, so our capacity for this storm is not a problem. We're going to have about 1,800 plows in the field for this event when we expect it to come in, which is later tonight. The brunt of this storm is going to take effect later in the evening, leading into the overnight, and we are definitely concerned, as the mayor mentioned, of the type of snow. It's supposed to be a very powdery fine snow due to the extremely cold temperatures, coupled with the wind. This could lead to blizzard-like conditions and whiteout conditions. So we want to make sure that you really heed the travel warning and do the best you can to stay off the road, especially during the peak snowfall times and when you see that wind blowing. It's going to be dangerous. We're going to take our time. We're going to be very methodical as we navigate through all the routes. Every block in New York City is on a route, and we have a plan to complete all routes. We will re-ride and readdress with salt and liquid calcium chloride. With the cold temps, the liquid calcium chloride will be very effective at still making the melting happen as it drops the effective rate where salt starts to fail below 25 degrees. So we have a really robust plan in place. Our entire workforce is in mandatory staffing. Our numbers are very good. When the first storm of the year, when we were talking about COVID outages. We have a very healthy manpower. We're down to under 10% of that outage rate. So we have a full plan on staffing. We'll be working split tours throughout the weekend. And ahead of time, I would like to just thank my workers, the men and women of the Department of Sanitation, all 10,000, both frontline and everybody in the back office, always steps up during a snowstorm. They're true everyday heroes. We're committed to tackle this storm head on and do everything we can to keep New Yorkers safe. Please heed the messaging. Please listen to what we're trying to tell everybody to be safe. And between us and all of our partner agencies, Commissioner Rodriguez is here. He supplies us additional plow support. We have additional plows coming in from the Parks Department and DEP as well. So it's an all hands on deck approach to what could be a pretty significant, possibly double-digit depth event here in New York City, and we will be ready. Thank you much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let me summarize what the mayor said first in Spanish, then I'm going to be explaining what DOT is doing, working together with both agencies here. As the mayor said in Spanish, el Servicio de Clima Nacional ha emitido una advertencia para la ciudad de Nueva York. La nevada comenzará a eso de las 7 de la noche y continuará durante toda la noche hasta mañana. Se esperan pies de nieve localmente y posiblemente cantidades más altas. Por favor, le hace el alcalde Eric Adams el llamado a limitar sus viajes en las calles esta noche y mañana. También el alcalde llama que ambos programas de restaurantes y calles abiertas estarán cerrados este sábado. Los restaurantes estarán abiertos. Los estacionamientos laterales serán suspendidos para el sábado. También señala el alcalde Eric Adams que los neoyorquinos deberían llamar al 311 si necesitan asistencia con su calefacción o tuberías frisadas. Además señala que un código azul ha sido emitido para los neoyorquinos que estén en las calles, los que estén homeless. También llama a que si ven a alguien que necesita ayuda, por favor llamar al 311 y recuerda que todos debemos recordar que chequear a sus vecinos y a los ancianos es una forma de nosotros mostrar la compasión de los neoyorquinos. Además necesitamos ayudarnos unos con el otro. Termina el alcalde señalando que la ciudad de Nueva York está lista para esta tormenta. From my end, I got to say that DOT crews started applying anti-icing solution, employing the East River bridges and the cantilever section of the BQE. DOT crews have plowed up 76 trucks and are joining DSNY snowplow operations. DOT crew also pre-treated overpass and step streets throughout the city today. Tomorrow and Sunday, DOT will remove snow at over 500 of these locations, including the Staten Island ferry terminus. DOT will ensure that bus shelters and city bike stations are clear by our partners JCD Codes and Leaf. Especially emphasis has been placed on this work, and we urge all parties, including homeowners and business owners who must clear the sidewalks, to be vigilant during this storm. City bike also will be suspended today from 11 at 10, as also the scooter in the Bronx also will be suspended at 9. Open restaurant, roadway dining, as well as open streets are suspended tonight and tomorrow until further notice. Hoy le estamos diciendo que el Departamento de Transportación de la Ciudad de Nueva York, trabajando con las agencias, va a seguir el liderazgo del alcalde para asegurarnos que esta tormenta de nieve la podamos pasar con la mejor preparación que haya tenido la ciudad de Nueva York. Thank you.
Gracias. So let me manage expectations. We are doing on topic only. It's been a full day. I'm not doing the off topic dance. On topic only. Don't sneak in an off topic with your on topic, because we're only doing on topic. Can you say that in Spanish, please?
Start on this side. We've got Chief Malice here with the microphone.
Por favor, las preguntas que se vayan a hacer que sean simplemente del tema que se está tratando. Hoy ha sido un día muy largo y se espera que nadie entre una pregunta que no sea relacionada al tema de hoy.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
On topic only, Mayor.
Yes.
The question is, since you brought it up and that mayors get judged for their performance on the first snowstorm of the administration, do you think that's a fair standard? And would you say to New Yorkers today that regardless of what happens Saturday and Sunday with snow removal this weekend, you should be held accountable?
Well, I passed my first test. How many tests you going to give me? We cleared up. We opened schools during the busy day. Grayson and his crew did a great job. But listen, I want to be judged on everything. I want to be judged on the efficiency of our city. I campaign on the dysfunctionality of this city. We got great men and women. We need to give them the resources and the support. And so, yes, we have to do our job better to give taxpayers their product. And I have full confidence in this amazing team that's here. They're not going to let me down. They're not going to let New Yorkers down.
Mayor, how long does it take? We got one over here. We're going to come around to the microphone.
Hi, Mayor. Alice Gaynor.
I like that look you gave him.
We're all good. We're all friends. Can you clarify the outdoor dining? Is it suspended tonight as well, or is it just tomorrow?
It's suspended tomorrow.
So outdoor dining is open tonight?
Yes, we want people to spend money today.
Okay, We're going to come around left to right. Question?
How long will it be before you think the roads will be passable and drivable, given the storm and the speed with which you hope to plow these roads?
It's a good question. We're going to be treating the roads throughout, so passable is a very good term. You'll have passable roads on the critical roadways, so your main arterials, your highways, routes leading into, firehouses, ambulance houses, hospitals. All the main infrastructure roads are going to be passable throughout the event. What we don't know yet, and the reason why it's a really good question, is when does the heaviest snow come in exactly, and how does it start banding up? So what we're talking about, our job is to be out on every street is on a route, and we have plows for every route. We intend to have passable roads throughout this event. When will people see blacktop? Now that's the real question, because what you want to see is blacktop. But I want to remind all New Yorkers, it's going to be like 20 degrees. So whatever we plow is going to stick around for a while. There will be some lingering, but you will have passable roads as we continue to progress through routes, and you'll be seeing passable roads by Saturday night into Sunday, completely passable. And if you have to travel, if you have to go out, you will be able to drive in New York City. I strongly recommend that you don't, but you'll be able to get to where you have to go. Thank you.
Katie and then Jeff.
Mayor Adams, this question's for Mayor Adams. Hey, you've experienced many snowstorms here, living in New York City and being a legislator for it. What are some of the lessons you've learned seeing how other mayors have handled it, and have you made any amendments or changes to the way the sanitation department and you as a mayor will approach this storm? It's the first one as mayor.
Well, you know my favorite saying, you have to inspect what you expect or is all suspect. And so I'm going to be on the ground. I'm going to be going into those areas that traditionally didn't see the response that I think we could have done a better job in. And I'm going to speak directly with the commissioner. But the goal is to be out there, examine firsthand, so that know that we're doing the job. Because the obligation, no matter how great the team is, I'm responsible to make sure the city's up and operating. So I'm going to be visible, communicate with the commissioner, his chief, his staff, where we are hearing complaints and concerns to make sure we're doing the best for all New Yorkers. Yes, I have to. If I don't, the New York Post will be outside my house making sure that they take a picture of snow that I didn't shovel. So I'm going to be there bright and early to shovel snow. And I have a neighbor on my block that I normally shovel the snow for her as well, and I'm going to do that.
Hey, Jeff, you're up. Mayor, as far as I know, you would not.
Test one. Hey, all right. Both the Sanitation Commissioner and the OEM Commissioner were appointed by Mayor de Blasio. As far as I know, you haven't formally reappointed them. As we enter this snow emergency, what have you communicated with these two commissioners about their roles in the short term and long term?
That's the joy of a professional. Professionals, they do their jobs. They don't spend time asking if they will have a job or not have a job. When they're on a job, they do their job. And both Commissioner Farrell and Grayson, every morning they step up to the plate and they do their jobs. And that's what I enjoy about this city. We have professionals. And so private conversations that we have had is between us, and we're going to continue to communicate as I need them to do their jobs, and they have done that. And, by the way, seeing you in your two earrings remind me I need to get my earring back on.
I agree.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. I'm over here. They moved me away from the speaker. The last time we had some snow, we were talking about concerns around staffing because Omicron was still rising, and I know we're getting much better, but what update can you give us in terms of staffing? And Commissioner, can you mention the amount of pounds one more time, pounds of salt?
And Commissioner is going to talk about that. I believe the last snowstorm we were in the 20% area, and as the Commissioner indicated, we're down to just 8% now, and it just says a lot for this agency. They were short-staffed, but they were here. I remember being at one of the depots, and they were ready to go. Talking to the men and women of this agency, even though they were short-staffed, they had a job to do, and they stood up to it. And we sometimes, take it for granted how the rank and file men and women that run this city just responds over and over and over again. And so although they were down 20%, those are the numbers we saw in the police department, the numbers we saw in the fire department and other agencies, but the city's operated. It continued to move forward, and I just thank the commissioner enough. I remember being on that briefing call, and he said, Eric, we're down 20%, but trust me, we're going to get the job done. And the men and women of DSNY, they got the job done. Commissioner, you want to add?
Yeah, we are going to be at staffing levels that are about 8% overall outage, so markedly improved from the last event. Omicron and the effects of COVID are still with us all, but thankfully we've really gotten a lot of the workforce back, and they are so dedicated. They will come in for, especially during winter emergencies, this is their time that they really step up to the plate every year. As far as salt, we have 280,000 tons on hand. Yeah.
Mr. Chris, and then after Chris, I think we're going to have time for 2 more, so hands.
If you are one of the commissioners, can you clarify on the city bike services? And then go ahead.
Yes, yes, to clarify, City Bike, they have their own process on they shut it down. Usually they shut it down when the snow go to 6 inches. So this is something that is good I asked a question, because I also wanted to clarify that they will be making the decision as the snow progress, but most likely they have their own process that they shut it down after we get 6 inches.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Mayor, you mentioned you'll be heading out tonight to certain neighborhoods. What neighborhoods do you think you'll be?
I like to go outside the borough. I'm an out-of-borough cat, so I'm going to go into Brownsville, East New York. We may take a ride out to South Jamaica, Queens, head up to the Bronx. And one of my favorite boroughs that under my administration, they are not the forgotten borough, they're the unforgotten borough, and that's Staten Island. So we want to make sure that folks know that I want to be visible. People want to see their mayor. Generals don't lead their troops from the rear, they lead them from the front. And it doesn't matter if it's snowstorm or crime or whatever battle we're in, I'm going to lead the troops from the front.
Great, more questions? Storm preparedness and response? Okay, we're going to ask everybody to move up to the side so we can arrange B-roll. We'll move you quickly into this space right here, because this is coming right through.